I don't mind being taxed more. I wrote a blog 20 years ago saying it's the most patriotic thing you can do after military service is pay your taxes, because that's what allows everybody, to live and to prosper. But yeah, the idea of just soak the rich, billionaire tears that sell that cup, screw you, Elizabeth Warren. You're everything wrong with politics.
All right, that's the nice thing about being a billionaire. You can pretty much say anything you want to. Mark Cuban is just the latest to rail at those in Washington and say that they're not paying their fair share, or worse, just selfish, greedy SOBs. Elizabeth Warren oftentimes targets them, so a good many of them, including Mark Cuban just yesterday, started targeting back. But if all this rings a bell, it should. Keep in mind what Jeff Bezos had to say about the same critics in Washington. Ouch, inflation is far too important a problem for the White House to keep making statements like this. It's either straight ahead misdirection or a deep misunderstanding of basic market dynamics. And then, of course, there's Elon Musk, who was a bit more pithy, saying, please don't call the manager on me, Senator Karen, referring, of course, to Senator Elizabeth Warren. So these guys, even though they have all the money in the world, they can get on like what I call my level. Let's get the read on all of this and where it's going with Tiana Lowe, the Washington Examiner reporter, correspondent extraordinaire. Luke Lloyd, Strategic Wealth Partners, investment strategist. Neither of these two fine folks ever gets down to that level. But, sometimes, Tiana, I can understand them doing so. I mean, they do a lot for this country. They hire a lot of people, a lot of jobs count on them. You could make a very good argument that, they do a lot of paying back here. What did you make of what now Cuban is saying?
I think it's important to note that, Cuban talks about patriotism there. I mean, the best act of service that Mark Cuban has done is being a job creator. And now we're seeing him massively innovate in the medical industry with his Cost Plus Drugs initiative. It's a website that uses radical price transparency to get lower prices on generics. And that is something that is looking at the problem at the source of it, not just the list price that American consumers are on the hook for. Compare that to what Elizabeth Warren has done about the cost of prescription drug prices. Punt to Biden to hope for executive action. So you know what? I get Mark Cuban's anger at this, because Elizabeth Warren and politicians like her engage in this petty demagoguery while not just failing to solve the actual problems that they say they're going to, but in some cases actually making them worse. Like Elizabeth Warren pushing forward inflation by cheerleading on Biden doing this executive action to cancel, so much in student debt. And we know that that is inflationary. Mark Cuban is someone who doesn't want inflation to happen. Why? We all know it's bad for the economy. It hits everyone. So, yes, he has every right to be ticked off.
All right. But, it's interesting, too. I thought the one who put the best spin on all of this was Jeff Bezos a while back, blaming that the powers that be in Washington are doing more deflecting than us criticizing. And, Luke, I'd like to get your thought on this. Remember when he tweeted, look, a squirrel. This is the White House's statement about my recent tweets. They understandably want to muddy the topic. They know inflation hurts the neediest the most, but unions aren't causing inflation, and neither are wealthy people. Remember what the administration tried. So going on to say that this is their way of, getting your eyes off what's really going on, pointing to another shiny, easy object and target, and not really addressing the underlying problem. What did you make of that?
Yeah, I'm not a billionaire, but I still say what I want to, Neil. And I don't think you have to be a billionaire to be fed up with the American politics, and especially, the far-left progressive agenda that Elizabeth Warren's been pushing. I mean, like you said, they only deflect. They never really get anything done. You sometimes have to look at the past to take a look into what our future looks like. And you have to remember the foundation that America was built on that made us the strongest and richest economy in the world. America was built on work ethic, competitive drive, and betting on yourself. That's what we used to call the American dream. Now, progressive Democrats are trying to take these qualities away. They don't care about work ethic. They don't care about competitiveness. They don't care about betting on yourself. They have been trying to pick who wins and who loses. Just take a look at student loan forgiveness. Who wins and who loses? Who actually wins or loses when you raise taxes? I'll tell you who it's not. It's not the billionaires who lose. Progressive Democrats have based their entire party on relying on somebody else's work ethic, competitive drive, and relying on betting on somebody else. That somebody else is also known as the government. What happened to individuals betting on themselves? When did the government become so involved in our life? It kind of happened under the radar. I mean, the American economy is more socialistic than ever. If we continue down this path of government reliance, America won't be the richest and strongest economy in the world anymore.
Well, I just find it promising that the richest people on the planet can really just get it out there, state what's on their mind, whether people relate to that or not. But if they're amply ticked off, they can get nasty. Sometimes you have to get nasty. By the way, we did hear one other billionaire comment: "I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off me and sticks to you." No, I just made that up. I did not that whole line, but well, I thought it was funny. We'll have more after this. The Dow barely moving now after this.